Are you still coding manually? I don't do that anymore because we have tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Google AI Studio, and hundreds of tools available to automate the coding process. But you'll have to prompt them and then make the changes on your code files. All that kind of stuff needs to be done manually. What if I tell you that you can automate that as well? So you just have to install Claude Code, and it's not just gonna code it for you. It's going to change the files. It's going to update the folder structure. You just have to give it a command about your complete app. Let's say a weather app, which you want to build for a specific purpose. It is going to completely automate that process. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can install Claude Code on your laptop and how you can use that completely for free. So if you go to Claude Code, so that's the URL, claude.com product/Claude Code. And if I scroll down, you can see that the Pro package starts from $17, Max 5X is $100, and Max 20X is $200. What if you cannot afford that? You can use it locally using Ollama, which I'm going to tell you. So first you have to go to Ollama. That's an open source tool through which you can run open models locally on your machine. You don't have to access any cloud servers, right? And here we have Codex, OpenClaw, and the Claude Code as well. This video is about Claude Code. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to create the video for OpenClaw as well. Would love to create that as well for you. And in today's video, I'm going to install Claude Code and show you guys how you can use it locally on your system without paying for subscription, which is Claude Code charging, which is $70, $100, or $200, right? So first, what we're going to do, we will go to ollama.com. and then we'll click on Claude Code, where we will find all of the instructions to install Claude Code. So all you have to do is just run this command and install Claude Code. Before you do that, you will have to install Ollama as well. And for that, you can find the command here. So that's the command for Ollama. Go to ollama.com, copy this command and add it to your terminal. I'm going to open that terminal and add this command and hit enter. Now I already have Ollama installed on my laptop, but if you install that, you will have a screen like this where it's gonna download the Ollama on your local system. Now once you install the Ollama, you will have a screen like this, and when you run Ollama command, you can see all of this stuff. I've already installed Claude Code. What you will need to do is add an additional command, so I'm gonna exit that. And for installing Claude Code, you will need to add this command here, which is available. So that is the command which you can simply find on ollama.com. Scroll down, and below that you will have this Claude Code showing up. So once you click on that, you will have this command showing up, and you simply need to copy here and then paste the command. Once you install the Claude Code by adding this command, you will have it showing up like this, where it will say Claude Code successfully installed. Now we have successfully installed Claude Code and Ollama. Now the third thing what we need is to run the model, to download a model which we run locally via Ollama. Now the models which is recommended to use locally when you are using Ollama to run Claude Code are already mentioned in Ollama. So I'm gonna go to Ollama website, and in this documentation of Claude Code, if I scroll down, you can see that we have these models mentioned: Qwen 3 Coder, GLM 4.7, GPT OSS 20 billion, and GPT OSS 120 billion. Now, these models will not outperform the models which are available by Anthropic. So the models available by Anthropic are Opus 4.6 and Sonnet 4.5. It is not going to match the performance of these locally models which we will be running, but you can do some basic tasks with it, but it requires a really heavy configuration. Currently, I'm using MacBook Air M4 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, but still when I use Qwen 3 Coder with the Ollama and Claude Code, it takes a lot of time, and I'm going to show you how much time it takes to actually respond. So all of these other videos might be showing you that you can run it locally and you don't have to pay anything, and it's going to perform same as the models by Anthropic, but that's not true. When you run the models locally, it is going to take a lot of resources, a lot of your CPU, a lot of your VRAM, and it is going to respond slow as compared to the models which are provided by Anthropic. Let me give you a demo. So first, if you start with the Qwen 3 coder, we will need to download the Qwen 3 coder via Ollama. And how you can do that? So simply go to Ollama and go to models page and then search for the Qwen 3 coder. So I'm simply gonna copy it from here and search the model from here. And here you can see that we have Qwen 3 coder available. Now, if I scroll down, you can see that the latest Qwen 3 coder, which is 30 billion parameter, it is going to take 19 gigabytes of your storage and the context window is 256K. That's completely fine. But when you install it and try to get a response from it, it is going to take a lot of time and a lot of CPU resources. Now, first, let's install this Qwen 3 coder with 30 billion parameter. In order to install that, when you click on this here, it is going to give you this command, Ollama run Qwen 3 coder. I'm simply going to copy it from here, open up my terminal and add this command. Now here you can see that we have our Qwen 3 coder running. Now when I say hi, you can see that it's responding back to me. That's Qwen 3 coder 30 billion parameter. Now it took almost 30 to 40 seconds in order to just give me a response of this, which is high, right? Now imagine how much time it's going to take when you are actually running it with Claude Code. And I'm going to now show you guys that how much time it actually takes when you use Qwen 3 coder with Claude Code with the configuration of MacBook M4 Air. Obviously, if you have a Mac Mini with higher VRAM, it might be a little bit faster, but still it is going to slow as compared to the Opus and Sonnet 4.5. I'm also going to show you guys the performance of Claude Code with Opus 4.6 and Sonnet 4.5 using the API key and show you guys how you can use Claude Code with API key. So stick to the video. So now I am going to exit this by saying /buy. And here I am back to my terminal. Now I am going to launch my Claude Code using Ollama. In order to do so, you will type in Ollama launch Claude. And if you are running it for the first time, you don't need to add in the parameters. But if you are changing the model after you have already run the Claude Code, you will need to add /config, right? And once you do that, it will give you an option to which model you want to run with Claude Code. I have these three options where I have Qwen 3 coder downloaded locally on my laptop. I have Llama 3.2, 1 billion parameter, and I have Tiny Llama. So I'm going to select this Qwen 3 coder. And you can see now it's asking me, do you want to launch Claude Code now? I'll say yes. And here it's now launching the Claude Code where it's asking me to give the permission for this directory. And I'm going to say yes. And now you can see that Claude Code is running with Qwen 3 coder 30 billion. Now I'm going to just say hi and show you guys that how much time it's going to take to actually respond to me with that. Now you can imagine how much time it's going to take to actually debug the code and fix all of the code. Then I'm going to show you how you can use Claude Code with API and how fast it's going to respond. So you can see that in Claude Code, I just said hi and it's been 6 minutes, 33 seconds. It's still thinking about what to respond. So if you are planning to use Claude Code locally with Ollama, unfortunately, you will need a really high spec laptop or computer where it has like more than 32 gigabytes of RAM. Still, it won't be able to perform similar to Opus 4.5 and Claude Sonnet 4.6, which I'm going to tell you how to use in Claude Code right now. So I'm going to exit this. And now I am going to launch Claude. Now it's asking me to provide the permission for this directory. I'm going to say yes. Now here you can see that we are currently using Sonnet 5, which it says, but I'm not logged in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to first log in and connect my account using API. So I have selected this Anthropic console account. API usage billing. Here we have platform.claude.com where you will need to create an API key. And before creating an API key, you will need to add in your credit card information. So go to platform.claude.com, sign up using Google account, and then go to API keys where you will have this billing option where you will need to add in your credit card information. I've already added a credit card and added $5 in order to test how it works with Claude Code. So now let's head back to our terminal and I'm gonna hit enter on this option where it says Anthropic console account API usage billing. And now it is going to automatically redirect to the browser and ask me to authorize. So I'm gonna click on authorize. And here it's taking back to the terminal and it says logged in successfully. And now we are logged in in Claude Code using our API. And if I say hi, you can see the response time is almost instant as compared to the locally running model which we were doing using Qwen Coder 30. So that's it for this video, guys. If you want to run Claude Code using open source model and Ollama, you will need a really high configuration CPU or laptop. If you don't have that, I would recommend you go with the API, which is not going to cost you much. Let me know in the comments below if this truth was told to you by anyone else on these other videos where they are just saying use Claude for free, use Claude Code for free. Unfortunately, that's free word is just a catch to get more views. And that's it. Until next video, have a great day.